Good afternoon. My name is Austin. I'm a salesman here at Mercedes-Benz of Manchester, and thank you so much for your interest in our absolutely beautiful 2020 GLE 450. Looking at this vehicle, you can see we have the iridium silver metallic color. This vehicle is very well equipped. As you can see in the front here, it has the AMG styling package, which includes the flared fenders. This vehicle has the exterior lighting package, which includes the intelligent lighting system for the headlights. Now underneath the hood, we have a inline 3-liter 6-cylinder turbocharged engine. This vehicle also has EQ boost. All combined, this vehicle makes 362 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. Moving around to the side, we'll take a look at the absolutely beautiful 21-inch multi-spoke AMG rims. Moving back to the door mirror, both door mirrors or side view mirrors are auto folding, auto dimming, and if you look in the bottom corner there, there's a little triangle. That's going to light up red when a vehicle's in your blind spot. This vehicle also has the keyless go package, which with the key in your pocket allows you to lock and unlock the door by placing your hand on the outside and inside of the door handle. That's going to work on all 4 door handles as well as the trunk. Now also with the AMG styling package, you have these aggressive side skirts that you can see down below. Looking up top, we also have a little rail that you can attach a roof rack onto. Now moving around to the back, you can see down below we have the dual exhaust pipes. Underneath this lip here, we have a auto folding rear view camera. That's going to fold out when you put the vehicle in reverse and fold back in when you put the vehicle back in park or drive. This vehicle also has the parking assistance package with surround view camera. That includes 2 more cameras on either side view mirror and 1 camera on the front grille. Those piece together a surround view top-down look at your vehicle while you're parking. Now opening up the trunk, we'll take a look at the cargo space that we have in the back here. Now the 2020 GLE comes optional with a 3rd row seat. This particular vehicle does not have that option. So instead we just have a spare tire down below here, as well as a little extra storage space. Looking at the tailgate here, this is a multi-adjustable tailgate. You can have it raised to any predetermined height that you wish. To close the hatch, simply press this button here. Now moving around to the passenger side, I'll open up the rear door to show you the absolutely beautiful espresso brown with magma gray leather interior. And looking up, you can see this vehicle also has the panoramic sunroof. Now moving inside the front seat of the 2020 GLE 450, first I want to point out the absolutely beautiful ambient lighting system in this vehicle. As you can see, it's going to show up around a few creases in the trim. It's going to show up along the dash here. It's going to show up in the footwells and even in the creases underneath the trim on the door panels. Now there are 64 different colors that you can choose from, as well as a few different effects, such as this. You can see when you change the temperature on the climate control, it's going to color the side that you changed red when it gets warmer, and then blue when it gets colder. Now taking a quick look around, first I'm going to start with the center console here. I'll open that up to show you the space that you have inside. You have 1 USB-C port in there to connect to your phone to. Close that and move forward. Looking at the brand new control panel for the GLE in the GLE 2020 remodel. Now this is one of the 4 different ways to control the infotainment screen and settings inside the vehicle. Now it's going to work a lot like a trackpad on a laptop. It's very responsive. It even gives you a little bit of feedback as you're scrolling through the different menu screens. Now moving around to the buttons on either side, you have your parking assistance button. Press that to activate that feature. You have your vehicle settings here and your favorite settings here. On the right side, you just have your quick menu buttons, so click any of those buttons there to go to any of those following menu screens. Back to the left side of the control, here we have a switch. This is your dynamic select switch. This is going to change to any of the 5 different drive modes that this vehicle has. Now moving forward from there, we have our cup holders. You can see you have 2 large cup holders there. In front of that, we have a little pad here. That's a wireless charging pad for your mobile phone. So if you have a smartphone that is wireless charging compatible, you can place it right on that pad and it'll charge it for you. Looking over here, you can see you have 2 more USB-C ports. When plugged into this USB-C port, that's going to give you access to Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which comes standard for the 2020 GLE. Closing that compartment and looking up, you can see we have our climate control settings here. There are 2 zones in this vehicle, one for the front passenger and one for the driver. Now moving up to look at the infotainment system itself. Now this is the second way to control the infotainment system and settings inside the vehicle. This is actually a very responsive touchscreen. Works a lot like the touchscreen on your mobile phone. With the navigation system, you can even pinch to zoom. As you can see, it works very, very well. Now moving to the steering wheel, I'll give you your third way of controlling the settings and infotainment system. You have a touchpad right here on the right side of the steering wheel. Now this allows you to control the center infotainment system screen again. And as you can see, you can do so without ever having to take your hand off the wheel. The fourth and final way to control these settings inside the screen is with the brand new voice command system that comes with the MBUX infotainment system. Now what this is going to allow you to do is make very general instructions. The vehicle understands your instructions and will suggest or will change almost all the settings inside the vehicle straight from your voice. For example, hey Mercedes.
How may I help you?
I'm hot.
I'm setting the temperature on the driver's side to 77 degrees.
Hey Mercedes.
How may I help you?
Turn the color green.
Okay, I'm changing the color.
Now looking back at that right side of the steering wheel, as you can see, we have a few more switches down below here. You can adjust your volume right from this little dial. You can answer and hang up phone calls with this switch, and you can manually activate that voice command system and access your favorite settings right from this switch here. Now looking at the left side of the steering wheel, you'll see there is another little touchpad here. That is actually going to allow you to access the information and settings inside the gauge cluster screen. As you can see, inside of each gauge, you can have a bunch of different information displayed. You can have a bunch of different information displayed inside the center screen in between the gauges there. And you can even change the entire layout of that center gauge cluster screen using the designs and displays setting here. You have 4 different display settings to choose from. As you can see, we have sport here. You also have understated and progressive. Understated is just going to eliminate a lot of the information that you don't necessarily need for driving. Now back to that left side of the steering wheel, you can see we have our cruise control settings here. Behind the steering wheel, we have 2 paddle shifters. If you ever want to manually change gear, you can pull either of those at any time. Looking over at my door panel now. Now you have a few switches here. Those are pretty self-explanatory. They're going to change the position of your seat. There are a bunch of different positions that you can change to. You can even raise and lower the headrest and extend the knee support out with this little switch here. You have 3 different buttons here. Those are going to be 3 different memory modes for 3 different preset seat positions. Just above those switches, you have a few buttons here. This is going to activate your heated seat. This is going to activate your ventilated seat. And if you look at this button here, it's a seat with a little R on the top. That's going to allow you to, when you have that activated, control the passenger front seat with your controls. So if you want to turn on the heated or cooled seats, you just simply press that button. If you want to move that seat forward or back, you can do so straight from this without having to reach your hand over and control the seat switches on the opposite door panel. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Austin. If you have any additional questions, feel free to contact me directly at 603-669-6788. My extension is 220-211. You can also email me at alunt@driveprime.com.